You could try. I'm waiting.
So, my name is Louise. I run a YouTube channel called Nature Archetype. I'm living in Japan currently, but as you can probably tell from my little accent, I'm British. I live here with my husband. And yeah, I've been running the channel Major Archetype for like a couple of years. It's like a lefty space. I always tell myself to not be too political and not focus on politics and try and be like a soft touch for like people to like enter the conversation, and then I just fully make a whole video about like hardcore politics and fascism and stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of my vibe. I think we've been in kind of like interconnecting spaces every so often, haven't we? Like I've had Soul Bunny on a couple of times. I'm really close with Soul Bunny and similar people. But yeah, that's kind of why that's where I am. Thank you so much for having me on the stream. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and Mace Archetype also, like they mentioned, makes their own YouTube videos on her platform. So please go out and maybe even like check those out if y'all are interested in like a lot of these reaction content videos that I've been making like the last like half a month. Make sure Type makes like a lot of those really good ones too. And yeah, 7th Gen Rising. What 7th Gen Rising is, if I were to reintroduce it, oh my god. Give me a second. I gotta copy and paste this screen just so they can see you here while I'm explaining. Okay, there we go. If y'all don't know what 7th Gen is, 7th Gen is basically this collective that was founded by the I'm so sorry. There's technical difficulties on my end too.
Should I try? Can I give it a go? I want to see if I've picked up enough from like paying attention.
Yeah, go while I'm like moving everything around.
So okay, so from what I can tell from the stream I've been following, 7th Gen Rising is a Canadian-based, boots on the ground community. It's run by the owner or person that runs it mainly, called Kat, and it's a way to. It's like you're kind of feeding people in the area. Is it? I'm going to say Swantoon.
Yes. Okay, I got everything set up. Yes, every Sunday, we do food kitchens for people in the area, but the bill racks up to like around like $1,000 like every single time. Like we post our bills and everything. We're like very transparent with what we spend our money on, whether it's hydration or whether it's food products or whether it's anything else. We post it here on 7th Gen Rising because this is a communally ran collective, right? This has been running for 3 damn years at this point. It's just Kat has taken over the last 6 months and really centered this more so on children of immigrants and indigenous peoples, and I'm a part of that wave. I joined around like a month ago. I helped serve plates like one day, and I was like, wow, this is an amazing collective. I want to be more a part of it, because not just serving plates, we provide a third space for indigenous peoples and children of immigrants who have gone through a lot of these systemic inferences that we need to highlight in terms of North America, right? Because the fact of the matter is, like with the stories of the residential schools, with the stories of the way we treat immigrants in town housing and everything, what we don't applaud is the people that slip through the cracks or don't make it right. We punish them in a punitive sense, calling them homeless and blaming themselves for it. What this third space does is curation of collective care, centered on indigenous people and children of immigrants by children of immigrants and indigenous people. So we play powwow music over there. We make it real homely. We give out tents if they need tents. We give out menstrual products. We give out like a bunch of other things. So yeah, that's 7th Gen Rising. If y'all want to donate and tune in and all that. Yeah, yay! I had a dream.
do it. Play the soundbite. Everyone in chat, please do, if you can. The fundraiser is in the description. It's the only thing there. It's all focus points on that. So if you have the ability, please do donate to such a great cause. And I just want to say, like, I've been watching you the past couple of days, and I've been following on Instagram and stuff, and I really hope that this is actually also outside of the local area, which is of course the main importance. Like, I really hope this gives kind of inspiration to people, because we are connected all by the internet, as much as the physical local stuff is more important. But like, imagine if this just sparked like a bit of a mini revolution, and then people started to start their own communities, because it's made me think how much, you know, I think you had a guest on, I think it was Odin, just talking about like physically just buying food and cooking for a group of people that are less fortunate is actually not as physically demanding as sometimes the feeling of like, what can I do, what activism can I start, can be quite overwhelming. So I just hope, I hope this is like becomes a thing. Like, I'd love to see, you know, a similar.
It's really cool, because I never really thought about how the utility of even setting up a third space like this, because I didn't do it on my own. There's like 70 people a part of 7th Gen Rising. Some of the people are in the food kitchens, some of the people distribute, some of the people like advertise, you know what I mean? So like everybody working together to create this sort of event that happens every Sunday, but then on top of that, working on how can we expand this. Oh, let's put showers there. Oh, let's put a water fountain there. Let's put like, you know, some other communal needs that need to be met over there. Yes. And I think it's beautiful to the extent of how Grassroots is. And I was very much inspired by Noah and the Creators for Palestine stuff that like went on. Yeah. When Noah raised like 200K in like what was like 4 days almost instantly, and like just turning on his camera and turning the drama into a form of praxis.
Literally, right? I wouldn't forget Hassan and Bud and Panada like talking while he's sitting there in a maid outfit. That's embedded in my head forever.
Yeah, sitting there in a maid outfit. Actually, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna wield this like online discourse and like give it to like and like make sure we have some sort of praxis behind it at the end of the day. 100%. Because that actually happens like almost all the time. Someone said, can we get a link? The link is in the pinned, and it's in the pinned on my YouTube and on my Twitch. But like this sort of drama and this sort of means of engagement happens all the time with leftist issues when we're talking about discourses online. We're talking about things like that, but there's never any sort of communal motion to it. You know what I mean? It's like 100%. We kind of have these courses online. So I really liked how Noah like restructured how I fathom the ethos of content creation and what video essayists and commentary creators can do in the long run when it comes to community and everything. So I have to thank you too for helping me with this, because it's way more than just like these grassroots movements. It's all of us, right? It's the donations, it's the interviewers, it's me, it's the people in the food kitchens. I'm one of like many cogs. So like, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, it's an honor to be here. I haven't got a big platform by any stretch, but I think like what Noah Sampson showed with the Creators for Palestine was that like there's also huge power in numbers, and you know, you had like Hassan all the way from like smaller creators, like, and it together it formed a big group, and I think we're doing that this week, and you should be so proud that you've organised it. I think as well what you just said, it made me remember like quite overtly the way Noah framed it to be like, we could raise money for a potential lawsuit from you know who, but like I'm going to literally raise that much money for a cause, for Palestine, for people in need in Gaza. And I thought that was really quite clear framing, because anyone that is against that is a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah, I would say too. That's
the whitest way to say it. Bit of a dickhead.
yeah, just a little bit odd, I'd say.
Wait till the end of this hour, I'm going to be like swearing. I'm going to completely change my character.
It's fine. But I've never had you on this channel, so it's nice to even interact for the first time. Are there any like upcoming video ideas or anything like on the radar?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, likewise. It's so good to be chatting. Well, I think I've kind of moved back away from the video essay format. Not because I don't love video essays. I think it's because I love them too much, and I can spend a whole month focusing on something, and then I just I burn out after. I mean, I'm sure you know what it's like. It's intense. And I found that
Mm.
I want to use my like strengths to my advantage. And I think being on Japanese time means that I get all of the tea and the drama over like when everyone goes to sleep, and then I have a whole day to film and edit, and then I get my video out, and I'm like first to the post. So I've been kind of moving to like kind of quick commentary, and like I say, like I want to try and move the channel to, because I'm not by any stretch as well informed as like or intelligent as someone like yourself. I watched your Cracker Points live stream, and it would just blew my mind, like the on the cuff intelligence, and it was just incredible. I'm not, that's not me. So I want to move to like quick fire commentary, like this is what happened, let's keep this in context, this is my opinion based on these lived experiences, do with that what you will, and then kind of expand and kind of push out the conversation. So like
I think you're demeriting yourself a little bit though, because I've watched your videos and they are good videos, like in and of themselves. But keep going, keep going, keep going.
But yeah, so I mean that's what I've been doing. I've been doing like a week, every week or so, and I've also been, as much as I love the commentary space, and I think it's also what I'm watching. Do you know what I mean? I also do love where the reason my husband and I moved out here is to try and focus on like degrowth and anti-capitalism and anti-consumerism, and unlearning a lot of the stuff that we were just taught in the core of the empire of bloody Britain, and like trying to live on less, reduce our outgoings instead of increasing our income, and like I've learned how to like make bread, and yeah, it's been that. So like I kind of hope the channel subtly covers that, and I've been talking a little bit about our house here in Japan. It's like we bought this like second-hand rundown, pretty much a shed in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and we're doing it up bit by bit, and we have a community here. We have like, the other day we went with our, like, we're obviously the only white people here, the only non-Japanese people here, and we went to like clean the little Japanese shrine, which they do twice a year, and they like formally like introduced us, and we were helping, we were like cleaning the shrine and getting everybody, and everyone did like a food offering, and it just felt like, I tell you, I'll be really honest, I'll be vulnerable. I spent a year talking about stuff on video essays, and I felt like I wasn't really living it. And I wanted to like take a step back and be like, okay, let me actually live by what I'm saying first, and then make stuff around that, if that makes sense.
That does make sense in a sort of praxis,
Yeah.
because we do wait, someone in the chat said fellow Canadian represent. Someone said hello from Ottawa. Hello, June.
Yay.
But in a sense of online discourse in relation to praxis, it seems like we do that online discourse, and when we do it well, we're fed with like an influx of likes or an influx of views. Like when I made like the assification of masculinity or the assification of slavery, like yeah, it got a lot of views and a lot of likes, but what material change did that bring? You know what I mean? Like that's material change that I don't see. I don't see that is kind of taken from us when we participate in discourse more than we participate in the everyday life of our politics. And I feel like for the longest time, that sort of satisfaction of a politic was supposed to be communal. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like it's supposed to be in warmth. It's supposed to be like you're supposed to be growing with the people around you. You know what I mean? I don't think it ever was supposed to be. Yeah, I don't think it was ever supposed to be gamified the way it is in like an algorithm in this way. And I'm not saying like it's inherently a bad thing for us to participate in or any of that. I'm just saying more so this is how it is. So the means of you know, getting some type of grace or satisfaction from that is restricted from us when we don't related to on the grounds work. And Noah was talking about that a lot too, and I've had talks with Noah about this too, where we were talking about like what are we doing when we talk about certain subjects. Like some discourses, I'll be so deep into a subjectivity, I'll be like, wait, I am not from let's say it's about full Black Americans, and it's like the Latino community in New York talking about their experience with that. I am not Afro-Latino. I am not, you know, I'm not American. I am not like any of these things. So if I get a good video out and it does like 100K views, okay, might sway like the opinion, but like what praxis am I doing? I'm not a part of that community. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like we reach so much for like these things that we want to have an opinion on, but what are you doing for your own community, and
Yeah.
what verbiage does your politic have? And I feel like a lot of people are feeling that more and more in our age of BreadTube. I don't know, I want to call this like
Yeah.
kind of like the
New
side
age
channel
RedTube.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally.
because a lot of people are just making side channels and making like the shorter clipped videos instead of like
Yeah.
these long 2-hour video essays. Right. I'm
100%.
seeing it with Elliot. I'm seeing it with like
Yeah.
FD. I'm seeing it with Foreign.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it with like so much different people. I'm seeing it with you too. But like this new age of like commentary, I guess, is more like it's quicker, more if it's not praxis focused. I mean, it's more praxis focused, and it's more like realistic. Like it seems like people demand more out of a verb than like a lens or a more comforting blanket than like a video essay does. You know what I mean? Like a video essay kind of like wraps you up in a blanket, but one of these streams might like pierce. Might be more like a knife.
Whip
You
you
know,
into
like the
action
Cracker
a
Punch
bit.
video was like more like a knife.
Yeah.
Like
It was, and it needed to be. Like I think
yeah,
no, like I think
yeah.
the time for video essays was important. It
Mhm.
completely like made a whole generation aware of certain things. But I feel now like we like. Am I allowed to swear on your stream?
Yes, you are allowed to swear.
Don't worry, it's still going to be very low key. Shit has already hit the fan. Like
Mhm.
it's already bad. Things we already need action, and I think video essays are really good for like discourse and trying to find the best option and like should we act. But I felt myself, I don't know if you agree, like the first few months after October 7th, when there was a lot of like talking about okay who's in the right, everything, even though the history goes back for decades, we know this. I remember crying on my stream because I just couldn't stand these like two men talking about the semantics of what was happening when it's happening. Like, do you know what I mean? And I was 2 years in, and that's not, in some spaces, not changed. And I think that the short form, half an hour commentary on the ground, this is the context, this is the thing, I think it's necessary because it's cancelling disinformation, it's giving people context where it's needed, because there's a huge push for misinformation and literally like flooding news media so that things go under the rug. And like, I think video essays had a space when it was making an entire generation like aware of stuff, and it still is, and that's still important. But I feel like these days it's like stuff's going wrong too quickly. I need to know what FD Signifier thinks about a certain thing like tomorrow. I can't wait for 3 months.
Yeah. yeah. And I feel like that's.
I've just got a quick question. Someone asked in my chat, where in Canada is it based? Is 7th Gen Rising based? Is it
Oh, Canada is based in Saskatchewan, which is like in the Prairies province. It's like if I were related to America, it's kind of like the rural areas. That's what it's.
Nice.
Everybody that is from Edmonton, I've heard people say they speak like they're from Montana. You know what I mean? Whenever I hop on street, people are like, "Oh, you're from Montana. You're from," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm from Canada." It's we have a similar way of speaking. It's a similar like way of it's similar setup with like prairies and all that. But Saskatchewan is where it's based.
Nice. Also, did you see my husband just walked to work? He just went past the door the other second.
I didn't see your husband in the camera. I saw you wave though.
Oh yeah, he's just gone off to work. He just left through that door, which is like outside space, but it's kind of inside. It's a bit weird.
Aw, that's so cute. How are you guys doing? Like, how's living in Japan? I've never visited Japan. I'm only a big fan of the paraphernalia. I got the Pokemon cards. That's really
I was just watching the anime tier list as well. I was like nodding along to the tier list. I don't even know much anime, but I was agreeing with everything you said. Yeah, it's really cool. It's full disclosure, I'm from the UK, and we both saw what was happening in the UK. Everyone in Turb's chat, if you don't know, I'm a trans woman. And we low-key were just like, I don't feel safe here. We want a family, we want kids one day. Like, and we saw the echoes of fascism a couple, 3 years ago now. So we moved to Japan because my husband wants to teach English out here, and I studied Japanese when I was like in uni, so I speak it like to a good degree. And honestly, so this is up until about a month ago, I would say we're super happy here. Everything's amazing. We bought this house for so cheap, by the way. This house we're in, it was like $3,000. outright. And we
Damn.
just saved.
Yeah.
We ate like rice and miso soup for 3 months. We saved because we can't get a loan out here. We bought it outright, and now we live in rubble, and we have no flushing toilet. It's not glamorous, but we.
How did the technical process of even like moving over there, like, were you allowed to get like citizenship quickly, or was it like
We don't have citizenship. No, we're immigrants out here. So
oh,
he works and we're on his visa. Originally, I was meant to work
oh,
too, but I quit straight away.
mhm.
I'm a self-motivated woman. I like to work for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know having a manager.
And your YouTube channel is good too. Like, you need to keep it going. Like,
It's
it's
a
gonna go
full-time
for you.
job. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Social reproductive
Yeah.
labour, living here as well. No, yeah. So we're on a visa, but we're going to hopefully stay here long enough that we can apply for citizenship. But unfortunately, there's this new found wave of like far right wing, and fascism kind of hitting Japan now. So we're kind of like, did we bring it? Did it chase us? But so we're kind of we're good, but we're keeping an eye out on things. Like there was an election recently in Japan, and there was a really far right party that did quite well. So we're just a bit like aware of things. But we're super happy. It's funny because I always say this, but like from the appearance of us, we look like a really heteronormative, like cisgender, like almost traditional couple, and like no one, like I'm completely incognito here. Like no one, even if I told them, I don't think they would they would get it. They'd be like, no. So we have our little queer creative outlets online, which is why we're here. But
That's so cool.
but yeah, we're
That's so
living under the
cool.
radar, for better or for worse.
Mhm.
You should definitely
Some
come out here if
bothered
you
boy
can.
said,
Oh, go on.
"Oh, I would nah. When I go out there, I will hit you 9 million times. I
I will show
promise
you
you."
all around the area. Oh, seriously.
Yeah. But Bothered Boy said, "I've been watching and interacting with your shorts when I see them. I just haven't had too much time to watch all the video essays I want to watch." Right. And there's also like a aspect of time with video essays where it's like the short ones. Seems like you could just like gobble them up. I love the side channel videos. I just be gobbling them up.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Junior said, speaking of 7th Gen, being such a big advocate for Indigenous peoples, do people ever make you feel like it's not your place? And do you continue to advocate effectively? If I'm talking about 7th Gen here, no. Kat actually welcomed me with open arms, like happily. Like when she saw me like come in, she was like, "Yes, you can do this. You can." And she was so open to all my ideas, like everything I suggested. She was like, "Yes, yes, let's do it." I said, maybe we could like do a fundraiser. She was like, "Yes, let's do it." Like everything she's been like running at, and specifically because I also have like a shared trauma of going through a lot of the bad stuff in the system of Canada, and like that the relation to um immigrant leaders that Kat wants at the forefront too. At the same time, Kat wants Indigenous leaders. Like Kat wants this to be like a lot of a rainbow coalition type beat type of thing. So it's like whoever has the ideas, and whoever has the experience with community, and whoever can reach out to community can join us, like can be a part of this. Or if you don't do things in that sort of way, while you can be in the food kitchen, while you can be in transportation, while you can do in so much other things. So I never really felt like I wasn't, I guess needed here, because 7th Gen is, it's very beautiful to that aspect. But there has been a lot of other places where I haven't felt that same means of intersectionality. But
Really.
I digress. In your life,
No.
am I saying this right when I say it,
Ignore
by the
me.
way?
Don't
Can
worry about me. I've got nothing interesting. Tell me more about 7th Gen. I'm here to hear about this.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of want to ask this question though, but let me make sure I'm saying the name. It's matriarch type, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like matriarch and then archetype. Um, so
Matriarch,
matriarchetype.
matriarchetype. Okay, matriarchetype. Okay, matriarchetype. Have you ever felt like that sort of struggle or stress with community building, whether it's like online, or whether it's like making friends, or even joining the video essayist space?
Yeah, I think from I think for me it's more a case of, I think like you kind of touched on it earlier, like I don't want to talk about things that I'm not justified in doing so, and that like there are far better voices to talk about a subject. So like, there are enough trans white women on the internet at the moment, like especially in the BreadTube YouTube space. There's loads of us. So I try to kind of platform other people and kind of send people in the right direction to like what they want to know about, I guess. And I felt a bit like, I don't know how much I can say. I do feel like even in like leftist YouTube and stuff, in YouTube in general, the hierarchy ecosystem does seem to still stick around. Like I feel like even in left YouTube, like people forget the person and they look at the subscriber count or like the influence. And I sometimes like to think like, hey, even smaller creators are still people, or like, or I don't know. We all are as a collective like so important, I think. But I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm still small. I say that. But yeah.
No, that matters. That matters. When I was joining BreadTube, at first, I was looking to get in community with more and more people. It was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, and it was literally a post from FD being like, "We need more black mask like young voices,"
Yeah,
and then I replied to that. And then FD replied to me immediately, like DM'd me and everything,
Yeah.
and then set me up with Foreign, with Fab Socialism, with Shanspeare, with all these other people.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, it was that instant. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the fact that everyone's always watching, everyone's always looking, but you have to find your spaces is a thing on BreadTube. You know what I mean?
FD's been so great that I've seen him do that for loads of people.
Yeah. But when it comes to, I guess, intersectionality and the means of voices being pushed, there is also, I feel like, a sort of barrier when it comes to interacting with bigger and bigger content creators. Like, you will hear things like, oh, we need BIPOC on this platform, we need XX and X. But then you look at their community tab and you're like, you're like, you're at 300K subscribers. You're the one that should be like pointing us towards them, shouldn't you? Like, I'm not sure. Like, everybody just shouts out FD without knowing that there's Think Peace Tribe, or without knowing that there's Philos Noir, without knowing there's Anansi's Libraries. Like, everyone shouts out the really big trans influencers like ContraPoints without knowing there's Aeronaut, without knowing there's you, without knowing there's like all these other like YouTubers out there. So even in the optics of YouTube, it can be very hard to center yourself in these communities. You know what I mean?
And also, like, there is a lot to be said that we don't all belong in every one. Like, you know, like I watch so much at BreadTube, but like I would never ever assume like to not connect with it, because I connect with it parasocially, and we're talking now. But like, I would probably like say, I don't know, to like, I think I reached out for a few like kind of the like leftist cooks and like Noah Sampsons to be like to like collab with and stuff. I wouldn't assume a space with like FD signifier or like, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like like you say, I know there's so many people trying to do that it would come off as ingenuine, and I like to, I don't know, I don't think it's my place. Like, but ironically, I found FD signifier through Khadija and Bo, who I knew first and watched their content first, and so, like, I don't know. I think there's so, how can I put it? This is kind of a question as well. This is like, I think about this, like, I don't want to take up space where there needs to be fewer white people, to be perfectly honest. Like, and I think there should be. But also, like, I don't want there to be like walls or a lack of connection, you know. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe we have lots of groups, almost like Avengers, where we're like all groups of community that when we need to and when there's a cause, we come together and we're a massive team, and we are, I don't know, the left side of YouTube, whatever. But we also, you know, I don't know. But then I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? What do you think about that? Like, do you think we should all just be in one big group, or we should have our, you know, little side offs?
I do think there's a means for insular communities like online, I guess. You could say, because like I guess I'm not dealing with the same problems like we said earlier, like someone Latino from like somewhere like Los Angeles is feeling, right? But that same aspect of birthright citizenship at a systemic level still affects me. So I'm not saying like we need to completely stay out of each other's business. But I'm saying that there's discourses that like I tend to stay away from too, just
Yeah.
because I'm not the best at covering them or viewing them.
100%.
But the aspect of shouting out and the aspect of staying in community and the aspect of like I guess being there for each other,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that part of our space because like the leftist cooks have been there for me so much times.
Yeah.
On Noah Samson, just FD, like people across platforms, even pa- away from cornbread, you know what I mean, on
Yeah.
other sides of the YouTube platform. Like you said, sometimes we join up like the Avengers. We'll link up like the Avengers. Like Sean literally rated me,
I saw.
and
Yeah.
Sean,
Awesome.
yeah, and Sean's like on Twitch. Like Sean's not really on YouTube, like interacting with us all the time, right? Like Sean's
Yeah.
more so of a Twitch creator, but we still keep in contact like cornbread and Twitch and all that, which is cool, because there is like a interconnectedness, even among like black circles on Twitch and YouTube, or trans circles on Twitch and YouTube, right? Like
Yeah.
every so often I'll still have collabs with Soul Sun, even though when they were Mr. Fantastic Fox, they were one of my first collabs ever.
Oh.
Like Soul Bunny, who I met like very early on in my career and everything.
Love Soul Bunny.
I think people also forget how much all of us as creators are interlinked, and
Yeah.
how much, and when we
Yes.
met each other, like I met a majority of people around me when I was at like 5K subscribers.
Yeah,
Then they
yeah.
watched me grow. You know what I mean? Like that's a type of thing too, like growing with the people around you,
True.
but also centering yourself in the right spaces, and
Yeah.
shouting out people here and there in the same way, because that's how a lot of us that's how I kind of had my first start with people shouting me out, and then me getting to a point where now I'm able to shout people out, and they'll get like a couple thousand subs, like a couple thousand views, you know what I mean? So it's cool to that extent, that YouTube does have a community like that. But I will say I do have critiques for that in the lens of how it kind of functions to serve white normativity. ContraPoints is probably one of the biggest examples of that.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, and a lot of mainstream voices, like you won't really find black voices being the center base of a lot of people's community tabs, or if they are, it'll be FD. You know what I mean? It'll just be FD. It won't be anybody else. It'll just be FD. You know what I mean? There's kind of a tokenization of identity, even when we correlate things with like black and like trans, that fits for an optic that just isn't really helpful. So to that extent, like you said, I'm more so just of the mindset of I work with leftists and I shadow as much leftists as I can who like want to join my team, who are on my team, like you know what I mean, like on some rainbow coalition shit, more so like whoever's to the right and left of you is your comrade, like, right? Like, yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, I think like I completely agree. Like if we know our place a little bit, more white people than anyone else, more like the people that are linked to extraction, like colonization, and have a history that you have to be aware of it, like I do, like, and also like you say about the algorithm, it is innately going to like help me, like if like me and Cat Black, who's been on the scene for like ages now, if we make a video about the same thing, like the algorithm is going to be, you know, unfortunately on my side. We've seen this, like you say, ContraPoints and everything. So if we are aware of that in ourselves when we make actions, but like you say, I think if like we're aware of everyone and what they do and the groups, it's so much easier to like send people in the right direction. Like you say, like crossover and like spread awareness. And then like if we all are on the left, so we are all fighting against the rising fascism, the climate crisis, the genocide's happening. So if we remember that as like a kind of basis goal, then like when we need to, we can put those things to just one side for a second and just fight the main fight. You know what I mean? That to me would be the ideal left tube, but I don't know how close we are to getting there. But
that would be the ideal left tube, like in my eyes too.
We've
and I hope
it we cracked it. There you go.
yeah, and I hope it continually shakes out that way through a continuum. But the fact that left tube 2 is changing so much in aspects like the algorithm, where it's like my side channel is getting so much more views than my main channel, even though my main channel 102K, and my side channel's at like 10K at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very weird for me to fathom even the extents to which the video essayist community is seeing this in and of itself. Like, are we going to start to shout each other out more? Are we going to interlink more? Like, what's going on? Because I do feel, like you said, since that the October 7th, like video essays have gone in like two different directions. There's a lot of people like covering inferences of Palestine along with their regular political discourse, and there's a lot of people like teetering completely away from that and just staying with media. You know what I mean? Someone who's that person that was a teacher, like Miss
Rachel?
Yeah, Miss Rachel. Someone was saying Miss Rachel covered Palestine better than like 90% of video essays, and I was like, yeah.
Don't get me started. If we start talking about ContraPoints, we'll be here all evening. No, totally. Don't. We're gonna get in trouble.
Right?
No, totally. And I think, I completely agree with you.
Keep going.
No, I just think like not only that, but like on the other side, you have the Ethan Kleins of the world that are not doing great. They're not in a good space. Let's say that. Let's put it like that. And I think, like, if I could, I don't know, we're going to just talk about YouTube now, I guess, or like online space, but like, I don't think a video essay would combat the Ethan Kleinness of it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, because he'll just clip it out of context, react to it, and then his fans won't even see it. Like,
exactly.
You've got to kind of fight fire with reactive commentary fire, and like, and unfortunately, like, that's where the battle has been taken. If you know what I mean, like it's an attention economy, and like you were saying about the second channels, I just thought that's what you were saying that, but like, the attention of people has dropped, and like I can even see it a little bit myself. I used to sit down and would like full screen watch like FT Signifier, popcorn like it's a film, but now I notice I have to kind of put it on in the background while I'm doing something, and I like stop and watch something back, and I'm like, who's that? Who's Lupe? I never heard of this rapper, but like I'm catching up.
Who's Lupe?
I'm like learning everything from scratch.
Really, I've heard Lupe Fiasco. I like Lupe. Lupe was on one of my favorite NBA games, and he's like,
nice.
Already the show goes on. It's a good song.
The worst part is I felt so called out when FT Signify was like, you might, like, most mainstream songs that you might have heard of were these, and I was like, oh yeah, I have heard that one. Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, I've heard the mainstream ones. But yeah, I think even in myself, I've seen the attention economy has changed, so I think people must be mirroring that, like, and you know, like, I don't know, like I say, I think the shorter reactive stuff, I think it has got a place, and I think like people are saying on YouTube, like, subscriber count doesn't really mean much anymore. It's how much your video maintains attention, and if it does, it can spark off. Like, I had one video about the H-bomber guy, James Summerton situation, back when my channel was teeny tiny, and it just hit like 100,000 views, and ironically, I can say this now a year later, obviously that was wonderful, but it wasn't what my channel was about, and it was like an orbit. It just spanned my channel off into that, and then I like covered James Summerton ongoing, and it was like, okay, that's not really what I'm here for, but I can talk about it. But so yeah, I think the attention is quite an insidious thing, isn't it? Because then if you can't maintain it, you know. But
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah, it is going into and it also speaks to the overall I guess culture of the internet going into clip society, like a 7-second algorithm, like across damn near every single damn platform, including YouTube, and the aspect of retention as a whole. I know we've always said like retention is destroying attention spans, but to this degree, retention is changing the algorithm too now. So now it's even dictating what an attention span should look like. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying I have no hope for video essays, because like that's art. Like, video essays are art, and 100%. Art will prevail. If it's good art, it will definitely prevail. And I've still seen people hit like really good numbers. Like FD's last video is still doing really good. A lot of people's videos are still doing really good. The second last video I posted was still a 1 out of 10. Like, it's not like there's no merit in a video essay, and there's no 100%. No way to convey like a means of communal praxis even through a video essay. But I feel like a lot of people or I want to test the waters way more with the aspect of short form content creation instead
Mm.
of just like sitting down like a whole month and getting one video out, and
Yeah.
then sitting down a whole month and then getting one video out,
Mm.
and then getting anywhere from like 100K to like 200K views like on a randomizer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not satisfying. I want an audience. I want loaded comments. I want to have conversations. I want to push things towards praxis.
Mm.
Not on a month to month basis, but like on a week to week basis. Like if people like Hassan are doing it on a daily basis, damn, like that seems way more
I know.
fun. Like
Yeah.
that seems like
He's
honestly
he's
like,
on another level.
oh yeah,
And I
yeah.
think like, don't get me wrong, I think there's a space for everyone. I think there's a space for all of them. And I think that
Hmm.
like I'm here because of video essays. Like I started watching, I'll
Hmm.
be honest, it was like Philosophy Tube and it was ContraPoints. But like that took my little neoliberal ass out of the centre of London and made me realise it ain't all about me. And I learned like, but then I found other creators and like it expanded. But like, I think there will always be, like you say, video essays they're to me now like what our generation, our form of Hollywood. No, like the
Hmm.
Avengers and Endgame, like the Marvel films, like they're not as important in people's lives. I think like low-key like video essays and like having a creator that you like online, like I think they are our like our generation's version of like, I don't know, art, like you said, completely key art. And I think that's not going to go anywhere. But I think it has a place and it has a purpose. And I think a mix is also great. Like you say, the Hassan Pikers to the FD signifiers, they're both key. They're both important.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, they're both really good in their own ways, and
Yeah,
FD because that's my goat. FD is always my goat. Like
he's done
top
cool
down FD
vibes.
is always my goat. But yeah, I feel like there's a way that content creation is teetering to right now, which is a little scary, a little scary. Like it's very
Yeah.
weird how people who make content on uh like TikTokers every like 2 days, you know what I mean, can get like 500K views of video.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like if like into the same extent like political commentators who make videos on politics every 4 days
Yeah.
can get that much amount of views every video if they make it entertaining. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And these waters have been tested, and there's channels like that coming out
100%.
like, and it's nice, it's nice. I will
Yeah.
say it's nice to have another patch of content like that.
Yeah, and I think like
Mm.
it's all in the same ecosystem, but I think it's all in the same pipeline. Like, because you can come across a short form content and it can be super leftist, and you connect with it, and you're like, oh my god, I want to talk about this, and then it leads you down the road to FD and like Hakeem and like second thought, and like you find yourself there, and you have the space for a 2 hour video essay. Like, I think they connect, and I think that's also it's like a highway of like you get the attention, and then you take people further down, and they learn more. Like, um, yeah. Are you okay?
Hmm.
Like tired wise, you must be tired. I didn't think we would get into such a big deep discussion. But if you want to do something chill, play video games or watch something that's totally cool, we can keep talking. Whatever
No,
you
it's okay.
feel
I'm
more.
down to keep going. I'm down to
Okay.
keep going till like not, like 1 more hour. Like I'm
Cool.
fine with like 1 more hour.
Cool.
I'm fine until the chat starts dwindling. We still got like 200 people across platforms, so
Oh, I didn't
I'm
realize it
gonna,
was that
I'm
many.
gonna
How many have I got? Let's see. Nice.
yeah,
Should we
we're
do it?
gonna
Let's say, like, everyone, if you can now in my chat, definitely, please do follow the link and donate. I would love to see
yeah.
Tab shave off another eyebrow, but you don't have any left, do you? I think we've got.
Yeah, I have to do something. There's other things on the list though. There's
Yeah,
on the wheel.
we'll get that
There's
wheel spin.
chat creating a YouTube post, and then y'all are gonna post like whatever is most liked in the chat. I will post on my community post. Whatever y'all come up with,
I have to see
I will
it.
post it.
I would love to see it.
But yeah.
But yeah, if you can,
Hmm.
my matriarmy, I call them my matriarmy. It's been a while since I've been live, so it's nice. But yeah,
Hmm.
thank you again for the opportunity to be here. You've got some amazing people lined up, by the way. I've been watching and I'm going to keep watching. Who are you? Who's left that you're most excited to talk to coming up this week?
Excuse me, one more time.
Who's left this week that you're most excited to talk to?
There's actually a lot of people left that I'm still excited to talk to. Um, excited to talk to Lil Bill again. I'm excited to talk about to FD still hasn't hopped on. I'm excited to talk to
Yeah.
FD. I'm excited to talk to Lily. I'm excited to talk to Lola. I'm excited to talk to Damn. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are even like that missed their time sheet. That's like fitting into like Friday and Thursday and
Yeah.
stuff now.
I saw
And
you.
I don't even know. There's a lot of people to talk to, but I'm hyped all the way through.
You're
I'm
doing
hyped all the way
amazing.
through. Even for this conversation, I was hyped because uh I saw you in the comment sections of the Cracker Points video, and I saw you made your own video, and I want to do some type of reaction or something
Yes,
with you on
we could
stream.
chat about that.
Yeah.
We could watch some clips of each other's, and like, because we did actually come to it in very different ways, and I think that's great. I think like
Mhm.
I was floored by your videos, incredible. The way you did it live, and you had 1,000% like more to say and better takes and more intelligence than me. I was like, the build up was like an hour long, and I was like, where's this going? This is incredible. And then there's me just like,
Yeah.
this is what happened. This is my thought. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have much to say about ContraPoint's actual statements except that it was like stupid.
well exactly
But like I had a
exactly.
lot to say about the context of the statement. Like it was I had a lot to say about that. I was like, I don't think
Exactly.
people are understanding why I'm saying this is stupid when I say this is stupid. So I had to chart it out.
Yeah.
I
To
had to
fluff it out.
expand it. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
disappointing. I tried to not be
Hmm.
too like critical as well. I think one journey I've been on as a leftist over the past year is definitely understanding about reform and forgiveness and like giving people a second chance. Like I grew up very cutthroat and very like, if you scored me, that's it. And then I realized in a lot of leftist spaces, people are like, no, we need to give people second chances. People deserve a space to grow and not be boxed in, because that can also be they can cut them off from society, which is bad. So I tried to not be like, this is it, like never again will I watch ContraPoints. But like that was something. That was incredible. It was incredibly bad, and I don't know.
Yeah. It was so bad. I was like,
I was
I
shocked.
don't even know how you like like even like wrote this, fathomed it, thought it was a tangible thing for a leftist to any type of leftist ever to say, post it on the internet, then expect no back like
Oh, I know.
just
Like
just like I don't know, but maybe some video essayists are very far gone materially. I don't know how much ContraPoints makes or
a
like
lot.
how disconnected ContraPoints is from like actual like people who are like who have ran certain things like the encampments or
Yeah,
have done like protests or like
yeah.
I'm guessing like she's very disconnected to come to that statement because never in any leftist circle have I heard those thoughts like
Well,
like
I watched the
yeah
Elliot sang again, another second channel, like you said. You're on point there, but like I watched Elliot's take
yeah
on it, and they like looked at ContraPoints' like patron every month and the money that they get, and it's like we're in the millions a year, and I think that like I just it can't it yeah like the conversation just is so different. Like, because I think as well, like we talk about billionaires and we talk about like if you have that much wealth instantaneously, it's unethical because you either got it through exploiting people and you have maintained it and you keep it and you hoard it. Both of those things make it
hmm
unethical, and I just can't see how you can. I mean, maybe she doesn't claim to be leftist. I think that was the point. As a lot of the discourse I've seen, like she doesn't define herself as breadtube. She doesn't owe breadtube anything or left tube anything. And I get that to an extent. But even as a centralist, even if you're a liberal, even if you are on the fence, even if you have some problematic views, that shifted it so far to like, oh, okay, Ethan Klein is in his Instagram share like stories agreeing with her like that.
yeah
Where do you go from there?
Duck
Like,
Authority said, I think the worst part about the ContraPoint shit is that they refuse to educate people because she didn't want to contribute to all the actual Nazis who were trying to latch onto the cause and miseducate people. Like, you make educational content. This should be your bag, and yet you refuse to counter their messaging. I mean, fuck. Yeah, and this
100%.
is what I
Well said.
mean. Like, Even the aspect of what a leftist was like historically, like I covered this in my last video, but through the civil rights movement, through indigenous rights movements, people that have formed focal centers or focal faces, like MLK, and have provided themselves as the means for spectacles around
Yes.
causes,
Yeah.
right? Like they are definitely set in a means of praxis that's always against a lot of times against the popular majority, right?
Yeah. You said
Trying
this
to
was a great
destroy it
point.
in ways that they can. Yeah, but do you have the floor? Do you have things to say
No, no.
about that?
I mean, I can't agree more with your point. I was nodding along. Like all of these unpopular revolutions, unpopular at the time. I mean, like at the time they were considered unpopular. they, that's the point. Like that's what changing the system and the status quo is. Like I have a lot to say about. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. But like violence. I think like obviously I would never advocate for violence unless it's in Minecraft. But like
Yeah.
all of these like things that the reason we have the state of life we have now for especially the global majority, especially the upbringing like I had, was because of like working classes, fighting for rights, like feminist movements, which were problematic, absolutely, and they moved the mark, but like they could have been done better. But like across the board, like we have the world, in the state that it is because of people seeing a part of the system that needs changing and changing it. That and what ContraPoints released was so much like, well, it can't be helped. Like we just have to sit back and this is happening now. So sorry. Like, and it was so far from, I think, the opinion that a lot of people held of her. That was even just a video essay can move discourse. Even just raising awareness of something can change it. And I think the reason that we are seeing such a rise in people standing up for Palestine is because we have the internet, because people are seeing it live, because they have information that they didn't used to have, and the propaganda isn't working. And to see actually her mistake just being like, well, what can we really do? It was like, wow, okay, what is that? Like, yeah, I can't even paraphrase your point. It was that good. But no, I was in agreement that yeah, it's wild. I think like
Yeah.
we have so many smaller creators, so many size creators and stuff that it's time to have a new generation step in. I really do think that. Like I think the younger generations take the floor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this loops back into what we were saying before about people having their own like pieces of puzzles like in this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lost Futures, who's in the chat right now, does really good content about surveillance states, specifically the UAE and Israel, and how they correlate to genocides and systemic inferences of exploitation that go on a global scale.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Lost Futures should be for the forefront of like
Yes.
political thought when it comes to that. But because of the video essay's content sphere, you'll see people who make media be at the forefront of these discussions for some reason. Like I'm not gonna lie, the reason it was weird seeing a lot of people from our spaces make videos about Palestine when they've never ever touched a genocidal topic or ever centered an indigenous person going through genocidal like intense in their time. You know what I mean? It's like
100%.
it was very weird, but it was very nice to see Lost Futures come. I don't want to sneak this to anyone and apply this to anyone, so I'm just giving the applause to Lost Futures because it was very nice to see Lost Futures be so consistent with the messaging, be so good at pushing out his videos, contend against ideals directly after October 7th all the way till now. You know what I mean? Still keeping that same spirit alive, that same critique, right, of Israel's state. And and Lost Futures in the comments said, my most recent vid is called Arabs for Genocide, a critique of the Arab states who continue to fuel and fund the genocide in Sudan and Gaza. And you know what I mean? There's not that much eyes on Sudan in the same way there is in Gaza. So talking about them, at the same time, because they are the same means of societal colonialism that are going on, because the USA made a contract with the UAE and with Israel to bolster its own economy, because the USA is a military industrial complex, is what everyone's forgetting, right?
Yeah.
That survives off of the racialized reality of systematic oppression that spreads out throughout the world. it's amazing to have someone like Lost Futures to contextualize that
Yeah.
and show it to an audience. And I don't think everyone should um be made to do it in the same way if they can't. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, even though we're leftists, have lived very privileged existences or away from groups who have been the cause of those. So we're going to try to both sides it, or we're going to try to both, you know what I mean? And it's
100%.
not going to look good. It's not going to look good.
100%.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Like, to bounce off that, like, I think because YouTube and the space of content creation is also based on, like we said, like attention and everything. The initial incentive is like, if I talk on this, it's going to get eyes and it's going to do well. Even the negative stuff, which is a really sad thing. And I think like exactly this is like, I knew this going on. I knew I didn't know enough about it. I was catching up with everyone else like that hadn't been aware of the situation fully. I grew up learning about Israel Palestine, but didn't know fully. I grew up in London with my British education system. I barely knew what the empire did until like 2 years ago.
You didn't learn about.
I didn't learn shit. I learned about what happened with Ireland through the Tabernacle like 3 years ago, and I was like, "What do you mean potato famine?" I swear, we learned fuck all. We learned shit all, and
no, that's so honest. Because when you're in the belly of the beast, they don't teach you about their atrocities.
No,
we didn't learn that Canada was going through slavery till I was in college, or helped in slavery and had our own forms of slavery on Aboriginal and Black people. We didn't learn about the Israel situation until I was in my second poli-sci class. Not even my first year of poli-sci class, my second year poli. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's so.
It breaks my heart. I get emotional about it because, like, I think as well, like, there are so many people that had that upbringing that have so much to like unlearn and catch up on that, like, they are going to believe the BBC when it talks about like, you know, 5 children in Gaza hit a bullet or some, and they're going to not understand. Like, anyway, I'm going to get emotional. So I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I think like people that know about this should take the floor. And yeah, so I think like as another content creator, it's actually better to pass that attention on and be like, I don't know about this. Like, what I do know is this in this context, and I'm on this side. But like, by all means, put eyes on this person, like you said, like Lost Futures. I remember interviewing like John the Duncan really early on in my channel, and he mentioned... Yeah,
John the Duncan's amazing. I haven't had the chance to have a convo with John the Duncan yet.
He's lovely. John the Duncan. I'll happily put you in touch or reach out. He's so lovely. And we mentioned like Zionism, and I had heard the term. I didn't really know what it meant, and I was in the interview like, yeah, sure, well, Zionism, bad, I think. And that was like, 3 years ago, and now I think like I would, like you say, I would have no right and no space to just write a video essay about what's going on. And even if I did, it's not my place to take eyes off of someone else. In the attention economy, there are other people that should get seen. And I think that that's actually antithetical, and I can't say that word. That's antithetical to how YouTube works, and it's like, you have to kind of force that into it, I guess. But yeah, couldn't agree more, really. And that's why I think it would be great if we were all this massive happy family that all got on, but I don't think we're quite there yet either.
I like the little happy family YouTube, but I'm wishing for some more people to post. If there was one person you wanted to be, I'm missing a couple people right now.
Say that again, sorry, I think you cut out just quickly.
If there was one person you wanted to post more, who would it be?
More content?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. Oh my gosh. I'm going to really take this really seriously. Who would I want to post more? I think if I could just not imagine it's making them struggle, if that makes sense. Like if they could post more.
We're
and
not
like
putting pressure on them.
like it wasn't them struggling. So they had like free help. I would love to see more Leftist Cooks video essays. I think they are quite groundbreaking and beautiful. If I could see more of those, that would be good. I wish Soul Buddy would release more stuff. We always see posts of Soul Buddy being like videos uploading, and I'm like, come on, girl, I need it. I need to see it. I think like this is a weird one. Okay, this is a really weird one. Rather than more stuff, I wish Hassan Piker did less. Well, obviously streaming still, but like, do you remember when he faced the camera and he reacted to something? Yeah, and the video did really well. I wish he would like have enough to do that too. Do you know what I mean? Like did the streaming, did everything he wanted to, but every so often did like a Ludwig, do you know Ludwig, like front facing, like landscape shot of him like talking about something. I feel like it would have such good reach. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I feel like it would too. Like Hassan does have to lock into like some type of commentary but Hassan is already dominating the type of live that he does. So not like
we don't need him taking over video essays. That's true.
yeah. But I feel like he would. Well, a Hassan video essay. I don't know, because I feel like his video essays would be so dude, bro. It wouldn't just because everyone here is a theater kid. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
You just wouldn't fit in the environment. Like,
yeah, like, he would have no one to patronize in a video essay, so it would be the viewer, and it'd come across really weird. Like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think leftist cooks. I think Noah Sampson. I completely agree and love what he's doing with his channel and making it focused on Israel Palestine, and I completely applaud how he's done it, like taking drama and quite literally saying like talking about the atrocities happening in that video so it gets eyes on it. I hope I hope he's okay. Do you ever get that with like, I mean, I'd love to ask you the same question and also this as well, but like, do you ever parasocially just hope that the creators you watch and love are like okay? Do you know what I mean? Do you ever get that?
Yeah, but a lot of the creators I've watched for the longest, because I watched FD and Noah before I was like when I was a consumer and I was posting content on TikTok. Those people are like my friends now, so now it's like weird.
Yeah,
or it's like if I want to know if they're okay, I'll just message them. But I think Noah was taking a little break, and they were just on the Hassan podcast.
So, yeah.
And they're gonna be on this stream in like 2 days. They're like, they're taking things like a little slow, but they were going hard for a while, and it was commendable.
It was
commendable.
The second channel, the fitness channel, they were like jogging on stream. It was like a dedication. But like, yeah, I think from someone still parasocial, I'm like, I hope everyone's okay. But I would love to ask you the same question. Who would you love to see more of who you currently watch? Like, who would you like to see more of?
Shanspear, I love Shanspear. Ever since I've seen Shanspear first, after quarantine, that made me want to be a video essayist more so in the artistic sense.
Nice.
With editing and stuff. Shanspear does have a side channel now, which is cool. I'd like to see more posts out of Elliot, but Elliot just said that they were focusing on their side channel for a bit, which is amazing. Their side channel's doing well too. Like, it was weird because we both made our side channels like at the same time, and we both been like talking back and forth. So it's nice to be like, oh, we're both focusing on our side channels. It's cool. Elliot's a little friend of mine of the channel. I'd like to see Aronok post. Aronok posted posts more. Aronok posted one like just a little bit ago. It was a really good video. I'd like to see. I have a lot of biases, I'm sorry. But if you're talking about like YouTubers who I'm like a little bit away from, that I want to see post more, I couldn't even tell you, because the people that I'm on right now post like every other week now. I follow like a lot of like, so like there's this one person I'm really enjoying called Hamza, who does live streams, and they're a Palestinian, and they basically debate like IDF soldiers. Have you heard of them?
Oh, is that a person that he's like reacting lives? It's almost like Omega chat.
Yeah.
I don't know the pronouns, but yeah, I see them. They slay at that, and that like again, it can't. I feel like, are they okay? Like I always think of it like, how are you emotionally dealing with that? Because that sounds like a lot. Like, yeah, no, great work. That person's doing amazing work.
The fact of the matter is, though, I haven't ever whatchamacallit, I haven't. Oh, Hamza, Hamza. But I haven't interacted with them yet, like in a sense of like us commenting with each other.
Yeah.
But I have seen them a lot in my For You page, and I should react to people more. I just don't like when you have like a bit of a sizable platform and you message people, sometimes it could be like scary. I don't want to like scare people sometimes, but like I watch a lot of people. like
Same.
I keep tabs with a lot of people, Lanny's Lens is a new content creator coming up that I'm keeping tabs on actually.
Nice.
They made a video about digital minstrelsy, and did a little bit of the same explanation I did with my Daniel Bergoli video, and I was like, ooh, Lanny's Lens. I had to
Nice.
keep my eye on you because you watched my content. And shout out to Lanny's Lens. Shout out to Lanny's Lens. Um uh
Yeah, I saw your takes on that. It's I'm not quite on TikTok, so I haven't kind of seen that like like kind of surgence of that coming out. But yeah, that looks wild. I was
mhm.
catching the don't know if I know his name. Denki Joe? No.
Yankee Jabo.
Yeah, Denki Jabo, another Brit.
Yeah.
His accent brought me back home. But when he was
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
that creator that like put like fully did blackface on his like reaction to it, like I was
You
watching that.
thought it was blackface too? Okay, thank you for
Well,
not gaslighting.
I mean,
They were gaslighting us yesterday,
so
and when we were watching it on stream, they were like, the audience members were like, "No, it's not blackface," and I was like, "What?
okay.
Like, no."
So
Keep
this is
going,
the
keep going.
thing. No, I agree completely. I saw the
Yeah,
gaslighting happen real time. I was like, hey, hold on a
yeah,
second. This is the thing. This is the
yeah.
framework I always like to think, especially with the rise of fascism. So if this is a bit grand, if it looks like, and if it sounds like, and more importantly, if on the other side people will take it as it is. So like, okay, the putting any form of dark makeup on your face when you're imitating someone of color. I don't care if you think that was like anything. It looks like it to certain
Mhm.
people, so it is already. So like the Jubilee fascist guy, like if it walks like a fascist and it sounds like a fascist, I'm sorry, whether you want to be or not. Like you know when Elon Musk did my heart goes out to you BS. Like I don't care.
Yeah, and then did the oh
I don't. They
no.
like the thing is like. So I spent a whole year talking about this. I'm sick of the right taking the conversation to this stupid ethereal place and pretending that we're talking about something else so that we don't have the real conversation. Sweeney Todd's ad
Mhm.
about genetics and eugenics is not okay. I don't care if it's like, oh, we didn't mean it like that. It's about genes. I don't give a
Right,
flying fuck.
right,
If it looks and walks and
right.
sounds like a fascist, it's a fascist. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it because it's like, as someone that walks through the world and makes active choices about how I look and appear, especially as a trans woman, there is an element of like I am one that tries to pass. Like I obviously love to everyone, all of the bricks, all of the cocky girls, like everyone love and respect. But like I'm just someone that likes to like do my hair and makeup, just my own internal like drama, I guess. But
Yeah.
I I can't see how someone can walk through life and not want or like to do that kind of action and to do that kind of thing and not think it makes them look a certain way. So I'm just like, well, you must know.
Mm.
You must know. Like I can't deal with it. So yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got a bit
It
irate
does. It no, 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 no. But you're right on the dot. It does. It does.
there.
It infuriates me.
It's the
Yeah, it
optics.
infuriates
The
me.
optics of
Yeah,
putting like darker like makeup on your like, and there could be
yeah,
pure
and it reminds me
ignorance,
of like
but
everything people did like when I was like a child of like the racism and being like, oh no, they didn't say that to you for certain ways. Like I still to this day because my little sisters are still in like school. I'm never going to dox my little sisters because holy fuck.
no, cool.
But my little sisters are still in school, and they'll talk to me sometimes about inferences of racism and be like, "Oh, this kid's said that I look like I was playing around in the dirt." You know what I mean? Or like this kid said I'm black for this reason. You know what I mean? And I had to tell, and then I had to explain to them because like in the same way, I didn't have like people older than me explaining this to me in English in a racial lens that
Yeah.
kids are saying this to me for this way. So I was always just like, well, that's what's happening. You know what I mean? And the aspects of even naming something like that anti-black in and of itself is so hard because like people haven't been black, people haven't been like a part of a march, like people haven't been trans, people haven't been. So when you explain transphobia to them, it
Yeah.
it's genuinely transphobia, but they're gonna teeter this and distort it and be like, oh no, this just fits in like the worldview because they inherently think that way themselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
100%.
they think that way themselves.
Yeah.
Like it's wild.
I think offense is
Uh,
something felt. It's not something intended. It's something. If someone takes offense, whether you intended it or not, you cause someone to take offense. So like, I I don't know. I haven't got as much sympathy for someone that. I mean, like there's like a first wave. Like if someone genuinely didn't know, if someone was it like someone came from outer space, they didn't know what blackface was, and they happened to be lighter skinned and did that in like in a complete hypothesis. There's a first wave of like, okay, by the way, this is inappropriate for these reasons. But what I will say is, as soon as you tell these people, or in that kind of any paradigm of that, like you tell someone that's transphobic for these reasons, the real like way you can tell is if they take it and they say, you know, I didn't know that, I'm so sorry, I would never do that, totally no offense needed. Or if they double down and they're like, well, no, I don't agree, I didn't mean it to sound offensive, so why should I have to? And they can't sit with that feeling of that they've like offended someone. So I think that's also another like litmus test of if they really are sorry, you know.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. There is a litmus test that goes on, especially with the aspect of community. Someone said 4K, spin that wheel. I already spent the wheel for 4K Lost Futures, and I had to shave my other eyebrow.
The way I thought we did another K. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I was like, another K? I was like, no way. But if y'all want to donate, just know that the fundraiser is still in the pinned, and once we pass 4K, because we've raised another 1K today, thank God.
Amazing.
But if we can raise another 1K in the next 30 minutes, however, I think I'm gonna hop off at 9:30. I think we're giving it 30 more minutes. But in the 30 minutes, if it fills up to 5K, I'll do another spin the wheel, and I'll do something. I don't know.
I don't know what's on the wheel, so I don't know if I can say this, but I will join you. Wait, what's on the wheel before I say this? What? Because I'd love to do that too. I don't know if we're gonna hit a K in a half an hour, but I would love to see it. I would love to
there's
what's on the
wheel? On the wheel there's freestyle, ice bucket challenge, chat making a YouTube post, or yeah, that's it. Those are the only 3 left. Yep.
Can you imagine if I have to?
Yeah.
I have to freestyle. I'm gonna break the internet. What is this white girl doing? ContraPoints.
Matriarch type freestyle. I want to see that.
Just dissing like ContraPoints and everyone.